Welcome to Bytes and Beauty, and today I'm going to be sharing my experience working full-time as a software engineer and balancing Georgia Tech's OMSCS program, which stands for the Online Masters in Computer Science. I hope this video reaches to somebody who is looking to go back to school or wants to join this specific program and understand the workload and how I am balancing with personal life, if the program is worth it. Am I surviving? Well, let's get into it. So around the time I had just graduated with my BS in computer science, and I had moved to a different state for work, and I had a conversation with one of my friends, and we were talking about our careers and growth and how to get to the next level. And she had mentioned that I should go back and get my master's degree and how it'd make me stand out when applying or just for the future. And at the time, I did not see myself going back to school. I was completely burnt out from undergrad, and I just was like, why do I need to go back to school? Like, I've struggled enough. So she had mentioned that I should go back, and that evening I had went back to look at different, degrees and programs that were offered, and a lot of them were extremely expensive, around the $50K to $100K range, and I was looking for something a lot less than that. So that's when the OMSCS program had stood out to me, and it was a program that's actually respectable in the industry. And I also cared about like long-term growth, promotions, and confidence, and being able to speak about algorithms and systems at a deeper level. So that's what made that program stand out to me. And I think it was perfect because I didn't have to go back to a campus and do my classes. I can do the program online. And so that's why I decided that I was going to go back to school. And I think it's been one of the best decisions I've made for myself. It's definitely helped a lot in terms of opportunities and interviewing and just meeting people and making connections and networking. And I think like AI is such a big topic these days. And as cliche as it sounds, it's here to stay. And I think it's so important that you grab as much knowledge as you possibly can, and not just using the tools, but also keeping that knowledge of the tools and how they work at a deeper level. And so I feel like going back to school gave me that more structured way of learning again. Right now, I'm about 5 courses into the program. In the AI specialty, I've taken AI, HCI, Game AI, Info Security, and Knowledge-Based AI. And coming into this program, I was extremely scared of how I was going to be able to balance working and also the program, because I had just joined a new team at the time. And so I'm coming in, learning a brand new technology, a new tech stack for my new team, and also learning things at school as well, and new concepts. And sometimes it feels like my brain is on overload and I cannot catch a break. And, I have to say, like, it's not been easy. It's been so many late nights and energy drinks that's kept me going. And I can't stress it enough. Like, balance is the name of the game. It's so important to, have that time management and that balance in your schedule. There's some days where, I'll get my assignments done, and other days where I won't even touch my schooling. I'll just go straight to sleep, or I'll go see a friend just to keep my mind, at ease. And also traveling helps me, seeing my friends and families, because y'all, this program is as rigorous as they say. It's no joke. So you have to come in with that mindset of, you're going to have to make sacrifices in life. And I'm somebody that, making sacrifices is what life is, and it's important in life. So I think that this program has been so valuable so far. I have been able to see a return on my investment in terms of opportunities and speaking with other people and networking. And I do feel like it's such an important program, but it definitely did take a lot of long nights and no sleep. So you have to expect that kind of going into a program like this. Let me walk you guys through what a typical week looks like for me. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are my grind nights, where I'm actually sitting down, going through material, taking notes, rewatching lecture videos, because the first time I was probably too tired to retain anything. And these nights last me from 5 to 6 hours, where I get off around 5 and I'm up till 12 or 1 a.m. working. And this was sacrifices that I knew I'd have to make. By Thursday, I'm continuing to check on assignments and making sure that if I have anything to do on Saturday or Sunday, I'm figuring out how much time I have left and mentally trying to prepare for the weekend. On Friday nights, I try to decompress. The key word is try. And it's one of the days where I can just spend time with my friends and family and kind of just stay away from the computer and just relax. So Saturdays are my biggest study days, where I block out a chunk of my time, no distractions, and this is where some of my real progress actually happens in my work. And Sunday is whenever anything is due, I'm finishing it up, reviewing it, and submitting any assignments. And then Monday comes and we're doing it all over again. But every week is not the same, because some weeks the workload is manageable, other days I'm good, and some days I'm really feeling it. Or other weeks an exam might drop, or a project is big, or I'm writing a 12-page essay or a 20-page project, and I have to meet up with students in my classes, and I also have book clubs. So some days I'm just surviving, but this is the reality of doing this program while working full-time. Let's talk big names in terms of online masters and CS programs. So we have Stanford, where Stanford's online masters will range from 60 to 80K for the full degree. Now, is that Stanford? Absolutely. And does that name carry weight? Yes, but that's 6 to 8 times of what Georgia Tech's masters cost for an online degree. We also have Carnegie Mellon, which is another great program, and their online masters can cost from 50 to 70K depending on what track you go on. And again, it's an incredible school, but that's a lot of debt for a lot of people. So when I was choosing schools, I laid all this out side by side, and Georgia Tech for around $10,000 for a fully accredited research-backed master's degree from a top 10 CS program, it felt like I was missing something, and there was a catch. But honestly, the catch is that it's hard, and they're not going to go easy on you because it's online. It is a really rigorous degree and the workload is real, but they're also just not just handing out degrees. But it also makes with the price tag worth it because you're paying less, but you're getting a lot. And there's also people in this program who are from all around the world, software engineers, data scientists, people working at top companies, and we're all grinding through the same assignments and, as me, and we're all on the same study channels and the same forums and the same late night Slack channels. And although it's online, the community does feel real. There's so many clubs. I'm actually part of an AI club, and people are helping each other, sharing resources, and sometimes talking through problems at midnight. And it's really worth it when you feel that community. And Georgia Tech does have around 4,000K alumni worldwide, and so you're not just getting a degree, but you're getting access to a network that actually carries weight and with people from all around the world. So I wanted to share some tips and things that I wish I knew before applying. The preferred degree is in computer science or any related fields such as electrical engineering, computer engineering with a GPA of 3.0 or higher. Just because you don't have that does not mean that you're automatically out. I think it's important that you lead with the mindset of never counting yourself out of any opportunity and allow them to tell you no. But you would need some kind of proof that you have computer science fundamentals such as data structures and algorithms and object-oriented programming. There's no GRE requirement, but you do need 3 letters of recommendation. Choose people who can speak on your technical expertise, maybe a professor or a manager or a mentor. The stronger that is, the stronger your application will be. The bulk of your application is your resume and your statement of purpose. The statement of purpose will need you to explain why you want a master's degree in computer science and why the OMSCS program will help your long-term goals. Do not be generic here because this actually matters. Allow somebody to proofread your application, and fall admissions close March 1st and spring admissions close August 15th. So keep these dates somewhere that you'll have them, and don't forget. Another thing is getting a decision from the school will take a while. I think when I had applied in November, I hadn't heard back and the deadline was approaching, and I was so nervous that I would not get in. So realize that there's so many students applying all at once. So be patient, and they'll eventually get back to you. So this has been my honest experience for Georgia Tech's OMSCS program. I would say it's been one of the best investments I've made for my career. So if you are thinking about getting into this program or a different grad school program while working full time and you want to understand what you're getting yourself into and how my journey has been, then I hope this video helps. If you'd like more honest conversations about tech, careers, growth, or what it's like navigating all of this at once, please subscribe to my channel and I'll be sharing insights as they come. Thanks for watching.